Hey yo, thanks for tuning in to Celeb Sauce. It's the backup channel backing Celeb up and bringing you all the breaking news. The other day, R&B sensation SZA was doing an interview and she started talking about her BBL. SZA said she did not get a BBL because she gave in to industry pressure. She said she got a BBL because she wanted to look good in her jeans. And she also said that her BBL is like an accessory and she treats it like it's a purse. When talking about the double bubble in the back, SZA said, quote, "I always wanted a really fat A with less gym time. I didn't succumb to industry pressure. I succumbed to my own eyes in the mirror and being like, no, I need some more A. I treat my butt like a purse. It's just there to enhance whatever else. And that's why I pay for it, because it works all by itself." End quote. Listen, let me know what you think about SZA saying the reason that she got the BBL wasn't because she gave in to industry pressure, but because she gave in to her own eyes. Let me know what you think in the comments. Now check it out. Everybody's favorite actor from Scarface, Al Pacino, has announced that he's having another baby with his 29-year-old girlfriend, Noor Alifa. Now, Al Pacino is now 83 years old. So, he's putting in that work. He's gotta be over there popping that Viagra. And every time this chick walks into the bedroom, Al's gotta be over there like, "Say hello to my little friend." It's either that or your boy Al Pacino was trying to beat out Robert De Niro, because you know Robert De Niro fathered his last kid at the age of 79. But listen, of course, all babies are blessings. But my question is it fair to the kid, when a parent has that kid at 80, 90 years old? By the time Al's kid is 17, Al is gonna be 100. And yes, Al can give the kid all the money and the privilege, but will he be able to give him the playtime that he deserves? Will he be able to take the kid to great adventures? Will Al be going to parent-teacher conferences? Can Al at 100 do all of the things that a parent really needs to do? And then you gotta think, all of the things that people have to deal with, when it comes to aging parents, when they turn 40, 50, 60, 70, this kid's gonna have to deal with it the age of 5. Now, on top of the social and ethical questions, doctors also say that there are physical risks associated with having a baby when you're of an advanced parental age. For example, Arthur Kaplan, a professor of medical ethics at NYU's Grossman School of Medicine, said, quote, "Older guys have been having babies since biblical days. It's not a new phenomenon. What we didn't understand was that they might be producing kids with higher risks of problems. Men should be aware that they too go through the same reproductive aging cycle as women, despite the fact that they don't have menopause." End quote. Listen, do you think it's fair when dudes have kids at 80, 90 years old? Or do you think dudes should be able to have kids until they're old as Methuselah? Let me know what you think in the comments. And while you're down there leaving a comment, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Now check it out. The other day, a young black boy in the 7th grade who lives in Louisiana went to school, and when he got there, the principal called him over and questioned him about his hairstyle. The boy, who has a few cornrows going to the back, claims that the principal asked him if his braids meant that he was some kind of gangster. The principal was also recorded saying that he has never ever dealt with a student wearing their hair like that. Now, when the young boy's mother went to pick him up from school, she said she asked her son, "How'd your day go?" And he told her what happened. And now she is very, very upset. Look, it is 2023, and if you're a principal in an urban school setting and you have never ever dealt with a student who has cornrows, maybe you shouldn't be a principal, because apparently you were really out of touch, or you just have no diversity in your life. And I am of the opinion that if you're going to be an educator who's working with African American children, you should at least be culturally competent. And no, for all you people out there who don't know, cornrows do not equal gangsta. Listen, let me know what you think about this principal asking the 7th grade boy if his braids means that he's a gangster. Now check it out. About 9 years ago, Jamaican dancehall and reggae artist Vybz Kartel, aka Adidja Palmer, was arrested and sentenced to life in prison for the 2011 murder of Clive Lizard Williams. Following his conviction, Vybz got sentenced to 35 years in jail. Well, recently, Vybz got tossed into solitary confinement because of a cell phone infraction, and it has been reported that the conditions in solitary are so deplorable that Vybz Kartel is not doing well. According to sources, Vybz's private doctor notified the authorities that his Graves' disease and his heart condition are worsening, and that if he doesn't get surgery soon, he could die. When discussing Vybz Kartel's grave condition, his human rights attorney Aesop Buchanan said, quote, "Mr. Palmer's illness is actually life-threatening. He's in a cell, and if you can picture a brick oven, that's how those cells are built. The ventilation is next to none." End quote. Buchanan also said that he visited Vybz Kartel on Memorial Day, and the 47-year-old artist has no air circulation, no water, and a bucket for a toilet. As far as Buchanan is concerned, Vybz's predicament has gotten to the point where it's life or death. Now, after people heard about Vybz Kartel's situation, they jumped on social media to give their support. One person said, quote, "Serious condition that can make people feel very hot, tremors in the hands, eye problems, bulges in the gland. He deserves to be treated properly, access to medication and doctor care regularly, ventilation and proper sanitation. The top guy in charge at prison hates him, wish him for dead." End quote. And then another person said, quote, "All over a damn cell phone, a effing cell phone." End quote. And then after that, somebody came through and said, quote, "No, I literally can't imagine a world without Vybz Kartel. We gotta pray for him." End quote. Yes, we definitely do gotta pray for Vybz Kartel, and I'm telling you, hopefully those prayers reach the prison warden and he sees fit to act with a little like humanity and take Vybz Kartel to the infirmary so he could get the help that he needs. And I know somebody's gonna come in the comment section and they're gonna be like, "F that ninja. That ninja killed somebody." Listen, yes, prison is for punishment, but like, you don't just let somebody who's suffering from like a health condition just sit there and die in a cell. I mean, that right there is just torture. Now, check it out. According to Hollywood executives, the next James Bond ain't gonna be white, and rumor has it that Regé-Jean Page and Idris Elba are in the running for the part. Now, when discussing the next Bond film, one Hollywood insider said, quote, "The era of the white Bond has come to an end." End quote. And upon hearing that the next 007 might be a darker brother, some people aren't happy, and they're saying that this is an example of discrimination against white men. For example, one person came through and said, quote, "The wokies think it's some kind of flex to be racist against whites. That's progress to them." End quote. And then another person came through and said, quote, "There's definitely an anti-white movement going on. Well, they can pick who they want. It doesn't mean we have to watch their movie." End quote. And then after that, somebody came through and said, quote, "There is no anti-white attitude. Y'all are just mad that your privilege isn't all encompassing anymore. You people are so upset over a flippin' movie. Grow up already. It isn't real." End quote. Listen, part of the James Bond tradition has been like, every couple of years, they switch out the James Bond. And I mean, sometimes you like the Bond, and sometimes you don't. But I don't see a problem with having a black James Bond. And I certainly do not think that having a melanated James Bond is any type of discrimination against white men. Listen, the first James Bond came out in like 1962, and since then you've had about 7 actors play the part. I mean, you had Sean Connery, David Niven, George Lansby, Roger Moore, Timothy Dalton, Pierce Brosnan, and Daniel Craig. Okay, so that means that white guys have had a monopoly on the Bond franchise for like 61 years, and I do not think that letting a black guy play the part for like a movie or two is gonna kill anybody. And I know somebody's gonna say, would you feel the same way if they remade like Superfly or John Shaft with a white actor? And I'm like, listen, you can do it. It might not fly. I mean, the white guy walking down the street with like the Isaac Hayes band music playing in the background, I don't know if that'll jive, so you might not make any money. But you can do it. Listen, let me know what you think about James Bond being played by a black actor. Do you think that that's a form of discrimination against white dudes? And also, who do you think the best person to play Bond would be? Let me know in the comments. And hey yo, thanks for tuning in to Celeb Source, your source for celebrity news. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Peace.